the use of English sitcoms in the teaching and learning of English as a second language.
Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day. I am Amirah Binti Hazmi, and today I will be presenting on behalf of my teammates Widyan and Mohamed Fitri. Today I will be presenting our poster presentation titled The Use of English Sitcoms and the Teaching and Learning of English as a Second Language, also known as ESL. We were interested to pursue this topic because as a group, we love to watch sitcoms such as Friends and The Big Bang Theory. And as we watch it often, we noticed that there would always be new words and phrases that we could pick up in each episode. Because of that, we wanted to find out whether English sitcoms could have the potential to become a helpful tool for educators in ESL classrooms. So, to start our poster presentation, I will first present the abstract of the presentation. This study aims to find out if English sitcoms can be helpful in ESL classrooms. This secondary study uses sources such as academic journals, online articles from the UITM database. The findings show that English sitcoms have the potential to become a great teaching tool. Through this study, it is hoped that educators will be able to find a new tool in English sitcoms to help students acquire the language better. Moving on to our introduction, English sitcoms is defined as a television series where it involves characters that are involved in amusing situations. It usually has the same cast of characters and takes place in the same location. Studies such as Alawi and Azarani in 2020 have found that sitcoms help English learners improve speech acts such as requests, refusals, and also compliment responses. We want to investigate more on this and help inform educators on the benefits of English sitcoms in the teaching and learning of ESL. I will now introduce our research questions, which were the basis of our study. The first research question is, how effective is the use of English sitcoms in the teaching and learning of ESL? The second question is, what are the benefits of using English sitcoms in the teaching and learning of ESL? And the third and the last one is, what are the effective ways of using English sitcoms in the teaching and learning of ESL? So, all these questions will be elaborated more in the findings and discussion section of the poster later on. So, as for our research objective, the first one is to study the effectiveness of the use of English sitcoms in the teaching and learning of ESL. The second objective is to identify the benefits of using English sitcoms in the teaching and learning of ESL. And the third and last research objective is to investigate the effective ways that English sitcoms can be used in the teaching and learning of ESL. Moving on, for the methodology of our study, we used secondary resources, which were 18 academic journals and online articles from the UITM library, and they were all analyzed and synthesized. Now, we will move on the literature review. In 2018, Mistin and Mistin conducted a study that found that sitcoms were effective in helping students acquire more authentic language. This is because by watching the scenes live and instead of just reading a script about it, they could understand the full context of each term and help students become more engaged in classrooms. Another study by Lee in 2016 found out that sitcoms should be used in English classes as they help students understand the context regarding the humor and the cultural expressions. An example of this is helping students understand sarcasm, which is very hard for those who do not use English as a native language. By watching English sitcoms, it can help them understand situations that use sarcasm better. To make sure that English sitcoms are used effectively, Kwan in 2016 states that educators should select appropriate materials in classroom to determine the suitability of the context. This could be in terms of speech tone, grammar, and the communicative principles. Next, I'll explain the findings that we have found and our discussion. This table here is the effective ways of using sitcoms in the teaching and learning in ESL classrooms. Lee Jin-yoon, Jason in 2016. The students came up with these effective ways in several stages. Had to watch an episode of Big Bang Theory, read the script and underline the language forms which they didn't understand, study the cultural reference in advance, and finally, students and the teachers had to meet and discuss the cultural matters in Big Bang Theory. After doing all this, they came up with these ways that you can see from the table. It is clear that in order for the use of sitcoms to be effective, students must be aware of the cultural context to understand the use of the language used in sitcoms. Other than that, one of the ways to use a sitcom for language learning is by filtering appropriate sitcoms and scenes for students to watch, which can be done by educators. Moving on, this is a bar graph based on a study by Alawi and Azarani in 2020. This is a distribution of the mean, minimum, and maximum scores of ESL students before and after using sitcoms in learning ESL. Based on the bar graph, there is a major score difference, as you can see 8.2 and 13.8 between before and after using sitcoms in learning ESL, which proves the effectiveness of using sitcoms to improve second language. Lastly, this pie chart illustrates that all students agree that the use of sitcoms in the classroom make them more interested and motivated to learn the English language. To reiterate, all the findings that in the articles that are all in support of the use of English sitcoms in the teaching and learning of ESL. We have now reached the end of our poster presentation. In conclusion, educators should try to use English sitcoms in ESL classroom. This is due to the many benefits that it can bring to both learner and educator. Through this study, it showed that the big potential that English sitcoms have in replacing traditional learning materials. Thank you very much for watching our presentation. Hopefully you will have gained new information that will be helpful in the future. That's all from us. Thank you.